Hi, I'm James Lewis, and my pronouns are he, him, and I lead the Creative Partner Program team at Xbox. This year, the ID at Xbox program celebrates 10 years of helping independent developers bring their creations to Xbox. In this time, we've seen some amazing games launched through the program. Games like the coming soon titles that you just saw have delighted fans, inspired creators, and have shaken up the games industry. We also know that there is more work to be done to ensure more developers have the opportunities to share your passions, your stories, your joys, and your pains with audiences around the world. That work includes making sure that developers with new voices and perspectives have the tools and information needed to reach players on Xbox. It means ensuring emerging and diverse teams have the funding that historically has been out of reach for those without certain backgrounds or networks. Empowering new teams to create content that reaches new audiences is not something that happens by accident. We must take intentional action to support new teams because doing so will better serve our fans and in turn will better serve the gaming industry. On behalf of the Creative Partner Program team, I'm excited to tell you about the Developer Acceleration Program. The goal of the Developer Acceleration Program is to empower underrepresented creators with the resources and information needed to bring your creativity, innovation, and originality to Xbox. The program's roots trace back to 2019, where a group of people from the ID at Xbox program team took action to help new independent developers with diverse perspectives overcome the financial concerns of a console launch. They did this by providing funding to help teams port their games to Xbox. The type of developers we seek to support includes, but is not limited to, developers who are led by those from Black, Indigenous, or Latino communities, or LGBTQI+ communities, women, developers with disabilities, developers from emerging markets, or teams with unique perspectives. Or perhaps you're an independent developer working on a game that responsibly censors the experience around diverse characters. Or maybe you prioritize creating accessible content. If any of this sounds like you, and you are new to shipping on Xbox, you're in the right place. So, how do we help you succeed? The Developer Acceleration Program focuses on providing learning resources and information pertinent to your title's successful release on Xbox. We provide funding to help offset porting costs. And lastly, we are creating paths for new ideas by piloting a prototype initiative. Over the next few slides, I'll dive into each of these areas. First of all, teams in the Developer Acceleration Program gain access to vital information and best practices in the form of monthly webinars called Green Room events. These are live events featuring curated content where developers can engage with members of Team Xbox, covering topics such as game lifecycle, marketing guidelines, certification prep, and more. The information provided here is not exclusive to these events, but we intentionally create an environment where new teams can connect directly with subject matter experts and ask questions in an open and welcoming environment. To date, we've hosted 10 sessions, which were recorded and made available for our program partners around the world. For future Green Room topics, we look to our partners for suggestions to make sure we are covering the topics that are most useful and relevant to them. To help you port your game to Xbox, we offer non-recoupable funding. This is to reduce the financial barrier that may prevent some independent studios from launching their innovative and inclusive content on more platforms. And when every dollar is critical, we want you to focus on realizing your vision and let us help you bring the game to Xbox. Since our deals are created to support new developers and scoped specifically to help with porting, we do not require exclusivity or equity in your company, but we do ask that your game's release on Xbox is concurrent with other console platforms for maximum exposure and momentum. The amount of funding offered is unique to each developer's situation and takes into account porting complexity along with individual developers' needs and experience. To date, we have partnered with 100 developers and so far have seen 27 titles launched through the program. We look forward to partnering with more teams to bring great, diverse experiences to Xbox. As I mentioned earlier, many underrepresented developers historically have lacked access to resources and networks to get their ideas off the ground. I'm encouraged by efforts that I've seen across the industry to address this, and I'm proud to say that the Developer Acceleration Program is piloting a prototype initiative. Our goal is to partner with a small number of promising developers with great ideas and offer the funding and support needed to create prototypes that accurately communicate your vision. Much like the porting initiatives, the funding is non-recoupable and deals are based on the scope of the project and the needs and experience of each team. We currently have a small number of teams in our pilot, and while space is limited, we would love to hear from you. All right, so now you know what the Developer Acceleration Program is all about, including our mission, target audience, and our priorities. To get started, please email us at idap@microsoft.com. If you are interested in porting support, put your team name in the word porting in the email subject line. Or if you're interested in prototypes, email that alias and put your team name and prototypes in the subject line. All inquiries will be invited to apply with ID at Xbox in order to trigger and execute a non-disclosure agreement or NDA. Once the NDA is in place, we will reach out to learn more about you, your team, and your game. From that point, our team will review each opportunity and follow up as soon as possible. In closing, I want you to know that our extended team is filled with people who are passionate about creating a space for new voices and perspectives. We are the ones who will respond to your messages, advocate for opportunities, offer guidance and best practices, and cheer for your success. We're excited to hear from you. Your voices and perspectives and games are needed as we seek to reach and engage billions of people with games that excite and inspire them. All right. That's it for me. Thanks for listening and have a great day.